Hi there, welcome to 2oogle's YouTube channel and tutorial videos. 2oogle provides lottery systems software. Today we're going to be going through the patterns application. To start it, simply double click on the pattern icon and you're presented with the patterns main screen. Just running through it fairly quickly. Up the top it shows you it's the patterns application, the version number, when the trial date is expiring, and the build date of the application. Below that you can choose which country you want to use for the template for your lottery game numbers. Other allows you to set your own parameters. And if we stick with Australia, these are the lottery games, the parameters for the lottery games that you can choose. The Go button simply generates numbers according to the parameters and the other options that you've set. Save allows you to save settings, and Exit will close the application. The settings window on the left here you can collapse by simply clicking on the settings option, and on the right the summary for the number of times each of the lottery ball numbers appears can also be collapsed by clicking on the count summary. You can automatically sort the results. If that's ticked when you click on Go, it'll sort the results for you. If you turn that off, it'll show you the numbers as they were generated. You can highlight numbers, and you can either highlight odd, even, whether you've specified particular numbers that have to be included, in this case we haven't yet, or your own numbers as defined in this table here. You can change the font size of the numbers being generated. If you have very good eyesight you can go very small and obviously bigger. The bottom section there is just the timer that just simply tells you how long it takes to generate the numbers that you're looking at. Now, this table that we're looking at has quite a few numbers. There's 100 rows being generated. And the numbers which are actually included come from the definitions which have been defined in the parameters here. Now, in this trial version of parameters, not all options are enabled, but I'll run through the ones that you can change. So firstly, the barrel and the number of balls per barrel is set by the lottery game type that you've chosen. You can change that. For example, if you want to run a system 7 on Saturday lottery, you can change the 6 to a 7, regenerate numbers, and you're now looking at 7 numbers. For most lotteries that number won't change. It's predetermined, and obviously unless you particularly want to leave out the last few high numbers, you wouldn't ever change that. The number of games, so you can choose up to 1,000 games, and the first and last lottery numbers. These are useful for, now at the moment you can't save the results file, but when you can save it, this allows you to keep the same numbers over several lottery draws. And if you output to a CSV file, you can then use 2oogle's checker program, which is this one, to check the results of those numbers against actual draws. The second area down here allows you to define odd, even, or a match of the odd and even balls that you want selected. So at the moment it's set to any mixture. You can say I only want odd numbers, and if we highlight odd numbers, obviously every single number then is odd. You could say all even, or you can define an exact number of odd and even balls. So we can say we want odd balls between 2 and 4 of the 7 which are being chosen. If you then go, you're going to get between 2 and 4 odd balls in every single line of this. Now, where that's useful is if you've watched the Analyzer tutorial, you'll notice that an awful lot of the draws which are drawn have fairly high numbers of odd and even balls which fall within particular sets, as you would expect. Going back to the parameters, you can exclude particular numbers, or you can include at least a certain number of these numbers. So if we turn these on, leave that, and go again, now it's still going to try and find all the numbers we're looking for, but it'll include the include and exclude parameters as well. So if we go back to parameters, we're saying we must include at least 3 of all those. So when we look at the numbers, we expect, because we're highlighting the include numbers, we expect all of the rows to have at least 3 of these orangey colored numbers. Now it's important to know that the numbers which are generated using the parameters, but they are randomly selected. In other words, if the numbers 4, 5 and 6 could be used, randomly 4, 5 or 6 may be used. So you define the parameters within this whole section of the patterns application, and when you say go, the numbers which are generated follow the parameters which you've set. Now if we reduce from 100 and we go down to only 10, it'll be a little bit easier to see the numbers there. As I said, you can increase the font size, make it a little bit larger. Now the probability section at the moment in this trial version of the pattern software, that's not turned on, but it will be turned on in the commercial version, and there will be more added to this. And lastly, there's an about section which just simply gives you some information about this application and 2oogle. So that's an introduction to the patterns application. That's pretty much it for now. Please watch the other tutorials. Let us know any feedback you have or anything you feel should be included. Thanks for watching. Good luck using the pattern software. All the best. Bye for now.